Race will start now. Reverse grid from 8th position down. Fishtail now down into the first corner. He manages to, looks like he's managed to keep the lead. So this was a reverse grid race. These guys reverse grid from 8th position down from the first race. So Deputy Fishtail finished 8th in that first race. So he has now got pole position. Highfield has managed to make his way up into 2nd already. He'll be loving that. Slight bit of connection there with the back of Fishtail. Doesn't really, no harm caused. Harsh in 3rd there. Smiley's managed to get his way up into the 4th position. Dad in 5th. Boosted in 6th. Winner from round 1. Not 5 minutes ago in the high speed ring. He dives down the inside here. Makes it to the inside of Dad Leisure there. Dad in 6th position now. Looks like he's being shepherded down to 7th by Apex. Ronnie, we don't know what's happened to Ronnie here. He's stuck on the grid by the looks of it. What's gone on there? Finished 4th with a great drive in the first round and been stuck down there. Let's just remind everybody this was a reverse grid start from 8th down to 1st. So Deputy Fishtail finished 8th in that first race, so he took pole position. And then it worked its way 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So your first placed position from round 1, which was boosted, started in 8th position. Look at these guys here. Big slipstream line here. They're all moving each other about. Smiley's managed to get his way into 2nd. He finished 2nd in that first race and started from 7th position. So to make his way up into 2nd within the first lap is great going. That Evo very fast in a straight line, but at the same time so is that Supra. These guys behind battling will go on board with Harsh as he tries to make a move up the inside of Highfield. Gets a good drive out of the corner. He is into 3rd position, slots into the gap now to get a tow from these two up front. Covers off the challenge from Highfield, who has dropped back a little bit there. Whether he got a bad run out of that corner. He's now being pressured by Dad, who is on the inside of him here. Dad, the door's been left wide open there. Dad has opened the door and let his teammate go through on Highfield as well. So the two Lexus drivers there working in tandem to work their way up through this field. Smiley's now into 1st position. What's happened to Fishtail? We've lost Fishtail down into 3rd. Must have been a mistake there for him to be shuffled down that far. Harsh now into 2nd already. He'll be enjoying that. Struggled in the first race. Well, he didn't struggle. He had a really bad start. A couple of collisions with other drivers. Shuffled him down after penalties. Smiley here going to be looking to try and run away from these guys. Where is our race 1 winner? Boosted. He is down in a 10th position. Not what he is going to want for his championship here. Won round 1 and now he's down in 10th. That's not what you want in these championships. 13 laps. And his nearest total rival at the minute is Smiley, who is in 2nd position, who is in 1st position now. So Andy's pulling away. He already has 1.8 seconds over Harsh in 2nd. So after this, the way it stands, Smiley will be your championship leader after 2 rounds this evening of this Sprint Cup. Wrench up into 3rd. That's a great push forward from Wrench. I think he started in about 11th or 12th and he's managed to push his way in that Lexus all the way up into 3rd position with his teammate just behind him. In fact, no, his teammate now couldn't quite make his way past and he's been shuffled down the order. Jay, who was running 2nd for a small amount of time, well, within the top 3 for a lot of that first race and then had a crash, dropped himself down, has managed to get himself into 5th now, sorted his connection out now, which is really good to see. It means we can race properly. Dad in 6th here. Apex, who finished 3rd in that first race, in 7th position, with Shippo in 8th. Highfield now has been moved down into 9th position after running 3rd for the first lap. Boosted down in 10th, Boosted with 3.6 seconds. Another 1.5 second penalty there. This is not looking good for your first round winner and championship leader. Boosted in 10th, 3 seconds behind 9th position with a 1.5 second penalty, and he runs wide again there. This is not looking good for Boosted at the minute. Lichik in 12th. We don't know what's going on with Ronnie, unfortunately. After finishing 4th in that first round, it looks like he may have had some issues. Smiley now starting to pull away from these guys, 2.5 seconds in front here. Look at the battle here between these guys. These guys seem to come together every single time they're on track. They're good friends, but they do not give each other an inch. Lucky here in the Lexus will definitely want to get past Haj. He will want to get his way into second position. Goes to the inside here. Haj managing to keep his momentum round. Where will we see Wrench make a move? Will he make a move any time before the finish, or will it all come after that first corner on that long run down into turn 3? That sharp right-hander sweeps out onto the curb to give himself a nice wide entrance. Haj makes a small mistake there running wide. Lucky dives down the inside. They are side by side through the last corner. That is going to be Haj on the grass and on the apron. Is that going to be a penalty for Haj? Yes, it's a 1 second penalty. And he dives back down the inside. He's going to run himself wide though. Wrench with the switchback. Let's hope these two keep racing fairly. I don't know what's gone on here, but Smiley is dropping back into these guys at a rate of knots here. It's now with under a second from Wrench. Haj now, he chooses to stay behind Wrench. They are right onto the back of Smiley here. I don't know what has happened to Smiley, but these guys are now within his slipstream, so he's given up a 2.5 second lead there, and he now has Wrench all over the back of him. Haj will serve that 1 second penalty now, which looks like it probably will drop him into the clutches of Jay and Dad maybe. Apex there looking menacing in 6th as well, starting to work his way up through the field. Shippo in 7th. Good run for Shippo there in that Lamborghini, filling in for that Lamborghini team this week as a reserve driver. Highfield running super wide there. I think that'll be a penalty for him. Deputy Fishtail has been shuffled all the way back down to 8th, which he's not going to be happy with, and it is a 2 second penalty there for Highfield. He won't be happy with that. Haj has managed to keep his 3rd position even though he served that 1 second penalty, so I think that'll be a small relief to him, but Jay is now within his slipstream. Lucky here within the slipstream of Smiley. Will we see Lucky manage to make a move on Smiley here? Will he get close enough to be able to make a move? Very, very loose coming out of that corner there, losing a bit of time to Smiley. Look, he's lost the run now. These GT4 cars are all about momentum. You have to keep the momentum up, especially on a circuit like this with such long straights. You have to keep the momentum and get that run out of those corners, or else you can soon find yourself out of the slipstream range like Lucky is dropping out of now. He is now without slipstream from Smiley. He'll want to try and work his way back into that if possible, but Smiley is not going to want to let that happen. He will not make that easy. Haj now sort of floating in no man's land. He has got a 1.5 or 1.6 second lead back on Jay, which he'll be happy with, but he won't be happy that he ended up with that penalty from the battle with Lucky. Jay in 4th there with Dad and Apex battling really hard together there. Apex literally pushing Dad round that corner there. Will we see Apex make a move here on Dad? He gets to the inside of him. He's on the inside of his quarter, which now turns to the outside. So Dad has the inside line for this. He chooses to drop back in. Apex pulls back out to the right there. Will he stay in it there? Yep, he manages to stay on the inside of Dad. Great move from Apex then. Beautiful move up the inside. Textbook move into that last corner. Very brave, but very fair. Which means he's now got himself into 5th position. So far at the minute, Apex has had a 3rd and a 5th, and he's in 5th. He's trying to get himself onto Jay. He'll be desperate to get around that McLaren in front. Dad into 6th position. Shippo now in 7th still, with Fishtail on the back of him now in 8th, with his teammate and championship leader Boosted all over the back of him in 9th. This race has not gone to plan for Boosted in the slightest. Winner of round 1 at the high speed ring, down in 9th position, is not where he wants to be. He dives down the inside of his teammate. Teammate gives him plenty of room. Decides there's no point fighting him, as he knows he's the fastest driver. I'd imagine we'll see Boosted move out the slipstream very shortly and make a move on Shippo here. I doubt Shippo will fight it too much. Shippo moves to the left hand side. Boosted dives up the inside and runs wide. Shippo cuts back underneath him. Great move from Shippo there, very clever. Held his braking line, made Boosted brake late, cut back underneath him. Boosted's now give himself a penalty, so after the penalty we'll end up back behind, and he's going to serve it this lap, so he will end up back behind Fishtail now. This will be frustrating our championship leader. Oh no, what's happened here? Dad and Jay have got into each other. Oh, Jay's round. Not again. Jay crashed in that first race, spun himself round. We don't know what happened there. We don't know if there was contact from those guys. But Dad is now into 6th. Shippo has managed to get himself up into 5th position. He will be loving that, unfortunately for Dad. And Jay, I don't know what happened there. I'm sure we'll find out after the race. Lucky now into the lead as well. Lucky has managed to get himself into the lead. We've missed all this while we've been watching these guys. And that's Smiley now on the outside. This is a drag race, and that Evo is winning. That Evo is a lot faster in a straight line by the looks of it than that Lexus. We'll stay on with these guys now as they are battling. So hard to keep up with what's going on all over the circuit. There is battles everywhere for every position, which is good to see. It's just a shame we can't see every one of them. Smiley now right onto the back bumper, Lucky right onto the back bumper of Smiley, sorry. That Lexus seems a little bit better through the corners than the Evo, but then the Evo seems to pull away down the straights. Lucky will be desperately trying to get this win after not a great position in the first round. Championship's being tipped all over the place here. Obviously Smiley finishing 2nd in that first round. He's in control of the championship at the minute, with Boosted being down in 9th and Lucky not having a great first round. We'll stay on board with Lucky here and see if he can do anything with Smiley. Both of them get a lovely run onto that back straight. Smiley's looked a better run though. Better line through that last corner, ran the gauntlet slightly more. Lucky closes right back into T1 though. Both of them running all the boundaries of the track there. That's what we like to see, these guys on the limit, pushing it every lap. No tyre wear or fuel in these races, so these guys are all out attack for the whole race. No strategy comes into play here. Every one of them running softs and pushing as hard as they can for the whole race, which is the difference between our elite championship with the GT3, which is obviously very much about strategy as well as speed. Smiley there managing to build himself a gap there with a great run out of that tight corner. Here we go. Smiley managing to get away a little bit here. He's given himself a small bit of breathing room. Shame here, Harsh into 30, but he's driven very well, but he does have another 0.5 second penalty. He doesn't want to keep getting them. He does not want to invite Apex back onto the back of him here. Apex with a 3rd in our first race and now running comfortably in 4th position, with Shippo down in 5th. Good run from Shippo here, he'll be very happy with that, but he does have our championship leader Boosted all over the back of him here, hounding him lap for lap now. And look at these guys behind. It is a battle for these lot. Fishtail now onto the inside of Dad. No, he backs out of it. Dad is the meat in a Toyota Supra sandwich there. Dad now on the outside. He is attacking Boosted. He is on the outside of Boosted. Has he got Shippo as well? No, Shippo's not going to back out of that. Shippo has the inside line. Dad shuffled back to the outside. He manages it. He's sweeping around the outside of both of them. What a move from Dad, that is. Sweeps round the outside of both of those guys. It's a great run up the straight here. Shippo now has been shuffled to the outside. He is getting the slipstream from Dad. Boosted will have the inside for this heavy braking zone. Boosted brakes there. Manages to get up the inside of Shippo and do the double pass. He gets Shippo and Dad. Let's hope there wasn't any contact there which forced Dad wide. Looked like a good move from where we were. These guys are battling really well. Either of these guys can come out with this position. Dad in 6th now. Boosted. He's going to want to try. It's going to be a massive ask for him to be able to get any further up this field without a mistake from Apex. I cannot see this happening with only 3 seconds left. Let's go back up to the front and see what's going on. Smiley now with a 1.2 second lead over Lucky. Smiley could end up with a 2 second and a first place position for round 1 and round 2 this evening. That will strongly put him as our championship leader, especially with Boosted being down there in 5th. He will have some sort of points gap. I would imagine after these 2 races at the minute, Apex may be running in that 2nd position or maybe 3rd. He's had a third in that 1st round and he is now on to the back of Harsh. He will want to get another 3rd position. Boosted now solidifies himself in that 5th position. Dad in 6th. Fishtail into 7th, and now Shippo's been shuffled back down to 8th. But he is all over the back of Fishtail. You couldn't even see him in that picture then, he was tucked in so tight. That Supra very fast in a straight line. So is that Lamborghini though. Will Shippo outbrake Fishtail here and get down the inside? Pick a 5-car garage, but have to be a same car brand. Oh, I don't know. Write in the comments what you would choose. I'll have to have a think and I'll get back to you tomorrow about it because we have another race tomorrow. These guys side by side still. Great racing all the way down through the field from all of these drivers. Kona's egg, very nice. It'd be a very expensive 5-car garage. The battling from these two has now allowed Dad and Boosted to squirt away from them. Apex with a 0.5 second penalty, that's not what he's going to want when he's trying to battle to get onto the back of Harsh. Lucky now 2.2 seconds off our leader, Smiley. Smiley's managed to extend that gap again. He'll be enjoying that. He'll want to just keep that gap now and bring this in. 2 laps remaining. Great drive from Lucky though in that Lexus to get himself into 2nd place. Not a great showing in round 1, but has managed to come from a long way down the grid to get himself back into 2nd place position. Go back down. Oh, Apex has obviously got that penalty. Harsh there in 3rd. Great drive from Harsh. Regira, beautiful car. Let's have a look what's going on a little bit down the field here. So Apex will serve his penalty. It's going to drop him off the back of Harsh, but won't have any effect with him. And Boosted. Boosted though with another 0.5 second penalty. Every time he seems to get away from these guys a little bit, makes a mistake and brings himself back in. That is going to promote Dad back onto the back of him here. Luckily for these guys though, that penalty line, quite a short straight, but it has brought Dad nearly back into his slipstream. Shippo and Deputy Fishtail still battling for that 7th position. Jay now down into 9th after that earlier spin. Bibby into 10th. Highfield down into 11th after running 5th, after running 3rd for the first lap. LeChick into 12th with Ronnie now being lapped. I I'm not sure if Ronnie is in AI at the minute, to be honest. Smiley here on his last lap now. He's got a 0.5 second penalty, but that won't make a difference when you're 2.2 seconds in front. Let's just hope Ronnie's car doesn't get involved in any of this. I don't know if Ronnie is driving it or if he is in AI mode. He does look like he's driving it because he is on the grass, but he is trying to stay out the way, obviously. We'll stay on board with Smiley here to make sure there's nothing going on imminently. Fishtail, well, Fishtail and Shippo still battling tooth and nail for this last lap. Smiley here will serve his penalty. It won't make any difference though. It's a good job he managed to give himself that breathing room, or else Lucky would have been all over him through these last two turns. An ultimate turn now from Smiley as he comes down the hill into the final right-hander. Great drive from Smiley here. He's had a second in the first round earlier this evening, and now he's taken the victory in the second round, which will have him as a championship leader. Phenomenal drive from Lucky there to get himself into second place after being low down the grid position. Great drive from Haj to take the podium third. Apex with two solid drives with a third and a fourth. He has finished fourth in the second race. Boosted, our first race winner, finishing fifth, followed by Dad in sixth. Shippo has managed to keep that seventh position, with Fishtail directly touching his bumper as they cross the line. Jay in ninth, Bibby in 10th. Highfield, after being up there early but making a few mistakes, has been shuffled down to 11th. LeChick in 12th, and Ronnie, obviously, with all those issues. I think I saw on the chat he said he had some issues, so he didn't start the race, which is such a shame after having him in fourth position for that first round. Great race from all these guys, great battling. Good to see. We'll run through this one more time before we end the stream. We will be back tomorrow for a new championship again. Come and join us. There'll be two qualifying races. The top 15 will qualify and go into a final. The first two quali races will not be streamed, as it's not fair on the drivers if we're streaming one over the other, so it would just be the final which is streamed live. So we'll run through this. We've got Smiley in first, Lucky in second, Haj in third, Apex into fourth, Boosted into fifth, Dad Leisure in sixth, Shippo in seventh, Fishtail in eighth, Jay into ninth, Bibby in 10th, Highfield 11th, LeChick 13th, 12th, sorry, and Ronnie 13th. Well done to all these guys. It was great racing tonight. Thank you for anybody who has watched this evening and joined us. Hopefully you join us tomorrow. Tomorrow is obviously a totally different format. It is Group 4 cars. It's still a team environment, but it is a different format. So we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for watching.